Good evening, everyone. It is Dr. Tanda Cook. I am super honored to be on this call, and thank you, Tracy, for organizing this. As many of you know, I am a naturopathic physician, I am a farmer, I am an author, I am a speaker, I am a blogger, I am an independent consultant with Arbonne International. And my intention for this call tonight is to give you all a very brief overview of how Arbonne's 30 Days to Healthy Living works, why you would do it, who would benefit from it, and what sets it apart from other programs. And then some of my favorite food pearls, tips, and tricks to help you along the way of the process, through the process of cleansing and healing. Now, as many of you know, naturopathic physicians are trained as general care practitioners. And instead of becoming experts in prescription medication, symptom management, and surgery, we become experts in getting to the root cause of disease, using alternative therapies like homeopathy, herbal remedies, lifestyle coaching, IV therapy, water therapy, and we have extensive training in food and nutrition. And I know many of you are jumping on right now. And so, as you can imagine, as naturopaths, we have an enormous toolbox to pull from in terms of how we treat people and conditions. And I have found my expertise in food. I am not about calorie counting or fad dieting, as many of you know. I teach people about food and how it affects our health positively or negatively. Now, we aren't plants, right? We don't photosynthesize, although many of you I know wish you could. You know, many of you wish we were those koalas that could eat eucalyptus all day long and not think about what we're eating, but we aren't. We're omnivores. And it means that we have to consume things from the outside world to make our bodies go. And like I just said, we are omnivores, which means we have to consume a variety of things in order for our vessels to work optimally. Now, the coolest thing about being an omnivore is that we have choice. And the most challenging thing about being an omnivore is that we have, well, choice. So if you're putting garbage in, you're going to get garbage out. And what does that actually mean? And so when you put garbage in, you get garbage out. And if you give your body the right information, only vibrancy and health can show up. So let's talk about this word health. What does it actually mean? Often when I ask people this question, they say it's the absence of something. Like health means I don't wake up with back pain. Health means I don't wake up with a migraine. Or I don't have acne or migraines, right? And I was asked this question in medical school, and when the question was launched into a room full of 120 medical students, we heard crickets. Nobody really knew. And to hit my definition home of health, I start by asking this one question, and many of you have heard this. It's, how do you light a dark room? I really want you to think about this. How do you light a dark room? It is not a trick question. And people usually say, I turn on a light, I light a candle, I open a window, I use my iPhone. The point is there's no anti-darkness machine that you hook up to the side of the room and it sucks all of that dark out, right? You had to do something and you had to add something. Because with lightness, darkness cannot exist. And this is how I view health and disease. With health, disease cannot exist. Health is the body's homeostasis, which I understand is a geeky 8th grade science word, and it's a mouthful, and that the body innately wants to be healthy. It's just like Mother Nature. When you leave Mother Nature alone, she can handle it, right? So health means balance and freedom, because when you set the body up under the right conditions, just like Mother Nature, it will hold on to what it needs and let go of what it doesn't. So then you are free to go do what you are meant to be and create in this life. Now, Arbonne is set out to help you create this with the 30 Days to Healthy Living, the skincare, and the business. So a bit of my Arbonne background. Arbonne found me in 2010 by way of ENVP Lori Muirhead, and I had never heard of Arbonne, and I was not familiar with network marketing. And as I learned about the business, I was totally hooked. And then I looked deeper into the products, and I was so impressed with Arbonne's philosophy to pure, safe, and beneficial, and how the products were being formulated to really add health to our lives and help wake us up into what's working for our bodies and what's not. so that you can then put your best self and mind forward. The 30 Days to Healthy Living was launched in 2011 when I was a brand new consultant, and I was sitting in the nosebleed sections of the MGM at the Global Convention in Vegas, which is coming up. And I was super skeptical, not only about the formulations, but this whole mentality around cleansing and detoxing. Many of us, when we hear those words, we think starving, we think extremes, we think cayenne pepper, olive oil, and lemon juice. That is not at all what I learned that day with Arbonne. The philosophy around the 30-day program, the 30 Days to Healthy Living, was to do a few things. Number one, focus on whole foods living, which I was already teaching as a naturopath. Number two, focusing on avoiding the inflammatory, triggering, and addictive foods. Specifically gluten, dairy, soy, sugar, alcohol, and caffeine, which I was already teaching as a naturopath. And then number three, focusing on the importance of absorbing our food. And as Arbonne said so perfectly, we are not what we eat, we are what we absorb. Because most of us, our stomachs are turned off based on stress and the stress response, and most of us are eating our meals in our car, watching CNN, which is always full of rainbows and unicorns, where most of us are eating under a stressful environment, and stress and digestion do not exist in the same space. So Arbonne knew this. Arbonne has got your back with these products. So, and then number four, so when they said, we're not what we eat, we are what we absorb, I'm sitting in the nosebleed section in the MGM going, really? Like, yes! Not all humans are thinking like this. This is so awesome. And then number four, the products were formulated to help the organs of elimination. These are the main doors or the main drains of the body: the lungs, the GI, the liver, the skin, and the kidneys. That's how your body lets go of toxicity. And then number five, Arbonne spoke of the analogy of the bathtub that I was taught in medical school. And the drains of the tub are the organs of elimination that we just listed. And then when you turn on the faucet, you're adding things like food and air and water and thoughts and things that you're putting on your skin every single day. And then all of this stuff, the body, from the neck and head, neck down and head, have to sort through that to then hold on to what it needs to build you, and then let go of the stuff that's not serving you. Let go of the waste. So just for the sake of argument, I'm going to say that the majority of humans are not supporting these organs of elimination on a daily basis to assure that they are functioning at their best. So what does that actually look like? So if you're a human supporting those organs on a daily basis, it would look like this. Supporting your kidneys, you need to be drinking half your body weight in ounces of water a day. To support your lungs, you need to be taking at least 100 conscious deep breaths, big belly breaths every single day. To support the GI and the liver, you need probiotics every single day. So side note, most of our stool, I would say 60 to 70% of our stool is sloughed off bacteria. We have to be replenishing these on a daily basis because the beneficial bacteria that line our GI tract help us absorb our nutrients, break down our nutrients. They're a key component to our immune system. We have to be taking these on a daily basis outside of the 30 days. So do the 30 days with this program and add the probiotics, but then keep doing the probiotics because your body needs them. It's just a question that I've been getting over the past few days. So also to support your GI and liver, focusing on whole foods eating and foods that are easily absorbable, which is exactly what Arbonne's 30-day program is doing. And then chewing our food at least 31 times, please. Your body will thank you. You will absorb way more when you chew your food, because how many of you chew twice and swallow? And then again, focusing on eating whole foods. And then, so how do we support our skin? We need to be sweating on a daily basis. And then if you are choosing to use products, choosing non-toxic formulations, Arbonne, right? So in a perfect world, that's what we're doing on a daily basis to support those organs of elimination. So can we assume that most of us are not doing these things every single day? So then what happens to the drains of the tub, your organs of elimination? Right, they get clogged and completely overwhelmed with toxicity. And that builds up in your body. And then we experience symptoms like PMS and weight gain and hormone imbalance and hypothyroidism and fertility issues and migraines and back pain and joint pain and osteoporosis and thinning of the nails and thinning of the hair. The list goes on, right? And as many of you know, as we keep doing what we're doing, we're going to keep getting what we're getting. So the toxicity continues to build up in the body, and then the body has to do something with it. And where does the body not want to stick toxins? Right, in the vital organs, right? They're called vital for a reason. Things like your brain and your heart. Your body will do absolutely everything to protect those organs. So it came up with this really awesome plan. It said, hey, I've got it. Let's create an inert place to keep toxins away from the vital organs. Let's stick it in adipose tissue, aka fat cells. Fat is like bubble wrap for toxins. And it's, again, if we keep doing what we're doing, we're going to keep getting what we're getting, and the toxicity in the body will continue to build, and then the fat cells will continue to build. And then we are wreaking havoc and triggering chronic inflammation in the body and eventually reaching the vital organs, and then you will eventually reach a diagnosis. Okay? So what do we do? And I see this in my patients all the time, 30, 40, 50-year-olds coming to me saying, I've been diagnosed with X, Y, and Z. That's the body trying to compensate for a very long time. And the body is really good at compensating. And yet, if we keep doing what we're doing, we keep get what we're getting, and the compensation eventually will fail. And that's when we end up with a diagnosis. So what do we do when we get caught in all of this? Before Arbonne came into my life in the 30-day plan, I was seeing this pattern in my patients, and I was advising them to avoid those foods that were triggering chronic inflammation, fat storage, and ultimately and eventually disease: gluten, dairy, soy, sugar, alcohol, and caffeine. But what I was finding is when I would look at a single mom of, say, 3, and I would say, hey, mom, avoid gluten, dairy, soy, sugar, alcohol, and caffeine for at least 30 days, she would look at me like, no. Like, no way. That's absolutely impossible. It was like I had pulled the rug out from underneath her. I'm here to tell you that Arbonne has built you a rug. It's a toolkit to hand to people to say, here's a simple, doable plan to put the cereal down, put the pasta down for a bit, at least 30 days, to give your body a chance to clear the smoke out of the room, to give it a break, to say, you know what? Maybe cheese does affect me in a negative way. This program does not focus on what you can't do and what you can't eat. It focuses on what you can do and what you can eat and how unbelievably empowered you can feel. It's not about forever. It's not that you can never eat pizza again. It's about pressing pause, waking up into how foods may be affecting you. And you know what? They are affecting you because we aren't plants. We don't photosynthesize, so it absolutely matters what we're putting in our mouth. It's about eating consciously and living consciously. That's the game. It's not a perfection game. It is a progression and consciousness game. So how does the plan work? Very quickly, for 30 days at least, I'm going to say do it for longer than that, but that's just me. For at least 30 days, we have a vegan protein powder that serves as a complete meal replacement with a protein source coming from cranberry, rice, and pea. Why I love this? Because it does not have whey, which is still dairy, and soy, which is not awesome, or gluten in it, which is also not awesome. I have noticed all 3 of those things triggering the inflammatory response in people's bodies. So you can drink one of those shakes for breakfast, you can drink one for lunch, you can use it as a post-workout meal. They taste super awesome. The plan also has flavored fizz sticks that you can add to water. They come in citrus and pomegranate, and they serve as a soda or coffee replacement. They're formulated with chromium and B vitamins to help support our blood sugar and our adrenal glands, which is incredibly important. And these products are formulated so brilliantly to really support our body in all ways. So the fizz sticks are incredibly awesome. And the caffeine source is coming from plants, so it's alkalining. It's not acidic like coffee. There's a detox tea to drink 1 to 3 times a day to support the liver and the kidneys to gently let go of toxins. There's a probiotic that is essential for digestion and gut health and balance. Like I said before, 60 to 70% of our stool is sloughed off bacteria. We need to replenish them on a daily basis. Even after the 30 days are done, keep taking them, please, every day. No excuses at all. And then 80% of our immune system sits in our GI tract. So you need to support that. Take the Digestion Plus. There's a fiber supplement, which is crucial for detox and gut health, as fiber acts like a sponge for toxins. So as your body is allowed to gently let go of these toxins with these products, then the fiber is there to grab onto it and stick it into the stool so that you can then let it go. There's a 7-day cleanse used for gentle elimination of toxins through the GI to support the gut and the liver. And I like to use that on the 2nd or 3rd week of the program. And then also available are the greens balance that you can add to your shakes to assure that you're getting the fruits and veggies and phytonutrients and antioxidants that your body has been craving with just a few easy scoops. And then you can enjoy, the end of the day with a whole foods based meal like roasted pasture raised chicken, smashed organic sweet potatoes, and a green herb salad. And with many of these groups, this one specifically, there's massive support out there, Facebook pages and posted recipes and menu planning and shopping tips and access to me. Like, there's really no excuse. This program is set up not only to make you and your body win, but to allow you to feel the best you have ever felt so that you can then get clear about who you are and why you were put on this planet. Imagine waking up not being distracted by migraines or back pain. You can start to ask the questions like, if you could do anything, if you could be anything, what would it look like and whose lives would you change? Because that's what I care about. Yes, I love talking about food. It's what I do. And yet, what I really care about is you and you feeling the best that you can ever feel, such that you can then go do what you love to do. And it all starts here. It starts with saying yes to 30 days. 30 days that will transform your life to create consciousness about what is going in your mouth and how it is affecting your every inch, because it is. And speaking of which, I want to share with you guys some of my favorite foods to help the body detox and cleanse, and that should be a staple through the program and then afterwards. Lemons are one of my favesies. They help the liver detoxify. The liver can detox in there's two pathways, and lemons help one of those pathways and helps the liver detoxify and let go of toxins in the body. Beets also have an affinity for the liver, tons of phytonutrients and antioxidants, hence their bright color. Avocados are a really cool source of healthy fats. Asparagus have an affinity for the kidneys and the urinary tract system, and are also, we're coming into spring, they're seasonal right now, same with beets. And then pineapple is actually, I know it's high in sugar, but it has a really cool enzymes and bromelain in it, it's anti-inflammatory. Dandelion greens, also coming into season right now, have an affinity for the urinary tract system than the kidneys. I know they also can be bitter, but if you disguise them with amongst other lettuces and things, then your mouth won't know that they're there, but your kidneys will. And then cranberries also have an affinity for the kidneys, and cranberries have an affinity for the kidneys and the urinary tract system. Blueberries also are low on the glycemic index and are packed with phytonutrients and antioxidants. So add those to your shakes. The Arbonne Detox Tea should also never, ever leave your cupboard, and neither should the Digestion Plus. So this is 30 days that can transform your life so that you can feel awesome and do life awesome, because you can. I was asked the other day too to share why Arbonne, right? Like, what sets Arbonne apart? And, I was talking about the products and how they're formulated and how they're to help support the body in all of the ways, and how they work as this really cool cohesive unit to add health to all of you and every aspect of your life. But then as I really got to thinking, like, what does set Arbonne apart? And it's this: what this program stands for and the intention behind it. Because the message is, wake up. Live an extraordinary life because you can. Whether that's by doing the 30 days to healthy living, or using the skincare, or making a life with the business, the message that I get from it all is to find out how amazing you are so that you can do life big, love big, laugh big, and share big. This program stands for a lifestyle makeover and a lifestyle transformation and a true paradigm shift. The 30-day program isn't about thinking that you're being tortured because you can't eat bread. And while that may be that's true in the short term, the breakthroughs happen in your life when you start to do things that are uncomfortable, right? Challenging or even scary. So if you hear yourself saying, there's no way I could blah, like give up bread or not eat cheese or coffee or whatever, it's all the more reason to do it. Because there's a transformed, awake, light, and fabulous you on the other end. And while the destination of life is with every step, and I do understand that, I invite you to get a bit out of your comfort zone. A few years ago, the Sweepstakes Agency gave away 100 free trips to anywhere in the world. The winners could go to Paris or Patagonia or explore the pyramids, like anywhere. And you know what happened? 95% of the winners picked a destination within 4 hours of their house. 4 hours. Most of us are missing out on really big things because of fear or feeling uncomfortable. So let this be your one big thing. Let this be stepping outside of your comfort zone, whether it's the 30 days or jumping into your business. So honestly, what are you waiting for? Because your life is waiting. And if any of this sounded like something that you want to jump into, please connect with the person who invited you to join this call and jump on to the next 30 days. Jump into the next 30-day group. And you will get, amazing connections, and you'll get specials and offers. And if you learned something tonight and you want to learn more, I am so excited about this. I'm teaching a 6-week virtual class starting on May 3rd. And we will focus on the what, the how, and the why around adding health. I mean, we'll really expand on so many things around how the body works and how to add health on a daily basis. And I will give you the tools to transform your life. I'll post a link on this page for more information, and space is limited. And if you sign up to that course, you will get a free 90-minute training on the Arbonne Nutrition line, where we'll go through each product and I will tell you, I will give you the ins and outs on how the products work and why they work and how you would use them and who would benefit from it, so you can really launch into this with full confidence. And I don't want you to miss any of it, so I will post this on the page as soon as I hop off. Thank you guys so much. Always an honor to be part of this team, community, and family called Arbonne. I am here, post questions, contact me on Facebook, and good night. Happy Sunday.